I had to send this motor off. The tags right here labeling the leads were inaccurate, and I couldn't get them get it figured out which ones were which. So I sent it off, had them on the leads, and relabel it. So that's ready to go back in. While we had it out, we went on and cleaned everything up, pressure washed it, cleaned the machine up, got all the crud off of it. A little bit of the gray paint came off, but I don't think I'm going to worry about repainting the machine just because it looks in pretty good shape and I really want to try to get it in service. So I think we're going to let it go. Let's see if we can get this motor put in. That coupling right there has to be lined up with, there's two grooves in it. You can see the pin right there. There's another one on the other side, and then there's two grooves in this part of the coupler that it locks into. I don't know if this is considered the Lovejoy coupling as well. It's a little different than the one on my bead roller, but it's the same principle. So this may be a Lovejoy coupler, as one of my viewers pointed out the other day. But I got to get those lined up, and then we'll bolt the motor back in. Okay, folks, we're back on working on the DoAll surface grinder. I've got pretty much everything working except I've got an issue with the traverse for the table. It'll run a little while, and then the motor down here trips off, so the power feed stops working. And I've narrowed it down to a couple of things it could possibly be. One, the very worst case would be the motor is burn up, it's overheating, and that could be an issue. Another problem could be that it is one of these wiring connections. With three-phase, you can put the two hot wire or two of the hot wires together, and you flip them, disconnect them from one and flip them to the other, and it will reverse the motor. Still works, it just works in the wrong direction. So there's a possibility that it could be moving or pumping in reverse, and therefore it's building up some pressure against a check valve and it's not working. I don't necessarily think that's the problem because the table is working. I would think if that was the case and it was pumping backwards, the table would not work. So I don't think this is the problem. The third and final option that it could be is this right here. So these are breakers. One of these goes to the pump that's down here for the hydraulics. The other one goes to the head
for the spindle. So it could be that these are old and it's not holding, and so the breaker's giving way and allowing it to trip. So because the machine is tripping, not the breaker in the wall, and only one of the motors is tripping, the other one is running just fine. So let's start off by checking these. And the way we'll do this, I'm going to take the covers off so that I can see how the wiring is. And then since one's working and one's not, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the wiring from the one that's not working, wire it into the one that is working, and check to see if the breaker still trips. If it does, then I know the breaker should be okay and it's something with the motor. Okay, YouTube, so things are not going well here. It's actually going in reverse. So ended up trying to figure out why the table wouldn't move, and we found out that some of these hoses were really in bad shape. And so here's another one right there. So we went and got new hoses. I've got to clean this up. We've taken the top off of it, and it's laying right there. We'll clean it up, get the new hoses on it, and then try to get it back on, and hopefully that will get the surface grinder up and running properly. So we'll see what happens. Hey y'all. All right. So we've worked on the surface grinder a little and got the hydraulic hoses replaced, got the motors sorted out. I don't know if it's going to be finished or not. I was working on putting the saddle back on the machine by myself. I dropped it. So now I get the wonderful duty of looking over it, trying to see if there's any cracks, see if any of the ways are damaged, if it's warped. So we're going to end this right now. I'll call this a part 1, but there may not be a part 2. I'll let you know how things go, and we'll pick up from there. But yeah, pretty disgusted right now. A lot of time, a lot of money. I hope y'all are having a good day. God bless.